Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showcasing you my Cyber Dragon 2020 build, Master Rule 5, all that good stuff. I hope you guys enjoy, but before we start, if you guys are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. I am trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of June. That's my goal. If you guys can help me get there, I'd really appreciate it. Like this video, like it, share it. Comment down below if you guys want to see a different profile, maybe a different variant of Cyber Dragons. Let me know. I'll try and incorporate that into another video. But like I said, I am trying to grow, so if you guys can help me out in any way possible, I really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into your profile. So, the build that I'm doing is, I think, going first and going second. I tried to incorporate both elements into this build. And I love machine dupe too much, so I will be running 3 Cyber Dragons in the main deck. Pretty standard if you're running machine dupe. 3 core, you can't run it without 3 core. I mean, that's just your best searcher in the deck, other than like emergency. I mean, I'd pick core over emergency any day of the week, but those 2 are your best searchers in the deck. We got 3 Cyber Dragon Hertz. A lot of you guys already know the combos with Galaxy Soldier. This thing can absolutely pop off if it doesn't get stopped. This and Galaxy Soldier, so 3 Hertz gives you more machine dupe targets as well. I'm only running 2 Natchter. I was thinking about bumping to 3, but 2 seems to be a good ratio. 3 was kind of bricky. A lot of people, I think, figured that out. So I'm only running 2 Natchter. Gets you some revives and more machine dupe targets. So it makes machine dupe a little less bricky as well. The honorary Cyber Dragon, as everyone calls it. 3 Galaxy Soldier. I think 3 is correct to run. You want to see Galaxy Soldier a lot, in my opinion, because you want to get into your Nova and Infinity plays pretty quickly, or as much as possible, because Infinity is a pretty broken card. I mean, it's not like too bad, but being able to snatch a monster and to have a negate on board is pretty good. I also run 1 Jizukiru, searchable out for a lot of boards, so pretty big player in taking boards, breaking boards and taking them out of commission. You know what I mean? I run 1 Anchor Drill. If I could run 2 or 3, I probably would, and I'd probably switch up my build a little bit, but I only own 1, and I don't plan on buying 2 more anytime soon, so I kind of made my build around that. If you guys can only get your hands on 1 Anchor Drill, this helps to make your true king of all calamities plays. This is the anti-meta part of the deck here. We got 3 DD Crow. You guys can switch this out for whatever hand trap you think is better, or if you guys think any are better, I go with DD Crow because it sticks with light dark theme. We got Cyber Dragons, and extra deck is like kind of dark, light and dark attributes, so that's what we go with. I run 3 Nibiru in the main. Like I said, you guys can switch these out for whatever you guys think is the meta call, but definitely running plenty of hand traps so we can not get stuck with big beefy boards to get over. Hopefully we can interrupt plays with those two hand traps. Running 3 Cyber Emergencies. Pretty self-explanatory, especially since this one got a reprint. It's really accessible at the moment, so I highly recommend you guys grab your playset if you guys don't have one already. Other than core, like I said, this is probably the best searcher in the deck. Get you access to light machine monster that can't be normal summoned or set, or 1 Cyber Dragon monster, so it searches your Cyber Dragon monsters straight up. As I was talking about earlier, I love machine dupe, so we're still playing 3 of them. You got all those baby Cyber Dragons to target, and then you're running 3 OG Cyber Dragons, so you might as well run machine dupe. I think it helps a lot with getting your a couple of different Xyz plays out. So I really enjoy it. Now we get a little different with ratios, I think. Ran 2 Overload Fusion. As you'll see in my extra deck later, I'm running the Predaplant Link Monster, so I think, bumping the ratio of Overload to 2 is pretty good. I also like to see Overload a lot. I don't know, a lot of people like to only run 1 and then 1 Cyberload, but I think Overload is definitely underrated and should be looked into more. I'm running 2, might bump it to 3, I don't know. Then we got Cyberload Fusion. Same thing as Overload. I might bump it up, but I don't. This one's searchable, so I don't really need to run more than. It's searchable off a couple or off of core, Cyber Dragon core. So I don't really plan on running any more than 1, but maybe I'll bump it to 2. We'll see with a little bit of testing. Like I said with the Galaxy Soldiers earlier, I want to see them as much as possible and see other cards more. So I run the Cyber Repair Plant. This will also search you your Jizukiru. Sorry. That way you can have your searchable outs. Not many decks can deal with kaiju, so you can just search kaiju and then slap it on their board. Cyber Rev System, one of these because it's a great extender. I would say I was really tempted to run 2 as well, but I think I'm going to stick with 1 for now just to keep the deck a little bit thinner. But if you guys don't know, it does special summon from your hand or graveyard, which means it you don't have to, and it doesn't target either. So if you slap it down and your opponent's like, okay, what's your target? You can say it doesn't target. So because it can be from your hand or graveyard, pretty big point to keep in mind. I've had some people ask what the target is, and you have to tell them there isn't one. Foolish Burial. I like Foolish Burial a lot because it gets, if you need to dump a Cyber Dragon into the grave or something, or anything else that you want to, reborn with the Cyber Rev System or something, you guys can dump it with Foolish Burial. I really like Foolish Burial, so I still run it. Here's another weird ratio, I think, but I think a lot of people are starting to run more Cybernetic Overflows. I run 2 of them because I think it's really good. Really good going first play. If you search it off a core, and then you set up a board with like Infinity, Cybernetic Overflow, and then maybe something else like another interruption, or like if you have some hand traps in your hand, then that's a pretty good setup. If you get Force going first, or if you have True King and maybe like one of these set or something, really good plays going first. Or later in the game, if you search it, then it also helps then. Last but not least, 3 Infinite Impermanence. I try to make this deck as much of like an anti-meta play as possible, and like have pieces in here that help make it so that your opponents cannot set up boards, because obviously you're probably gonna go blind second almost every time that you play. So all the hand traps and all the hand traps and infinite impermanence, that helps with interrupting your opponent a lot. So that's why I made those calls. We'll jump right into the extra deck now. Running 2 Cyber Dragon Novas. I run 2. I know a lot of people only run 1 when you're running Natchter, but I found myself in a position where I couldn't revive with Natchter, but I could get out another Infinity. So I choose to run 2 Novas. That's up to you guys if you want to run 2 or 1, but I like 2. And then following that up with 2 Infinities. This just makes it so you more than likely have an Infinity and Nova to get into if you have to go into a little bit of a grind game, if you can't like OTK right away, or if you can't break their board. Another going first play, Pallades, Constellar Pallades, really good. Lets you bounce a card to hand from your opponent's side of the field, so that one can be a good interruption if you can get that on board first. If you're going first, same with True King of all calamities with the Anchor Drill play. I'm not going to show you guys that combo because I don't want the video to drag on too long. But if you guys want to see some combos with this deck or some test hands, let me know in the comments below. I'll be glad to show you. Also, before we keep going with the extra deck, if you guys haven't done so already and you've enjoyed the video, please hit that like button and definitely hit the subscribe button. I know I've been stuttering a little bit, but this is only my second deck profile, so if you guys bear with me a little bit, I'll promise you I'll get better at them. But if you guys enjoyed, definitely like it, share it, subscribe it. I appreciate all of the help. But continuing on with the extra deck, we got River Stormer. That'll help with your Infinitrack, Anchor Drill, Calamities play. You have to run River Stormer to search out your Anchor Drill if you need them. And then for links, we got Anaconda. That will help with your fusion plays. The fusion plays usually help you go for OTK, so if you can get into that and then go in for OTK, that's what you want to do most of the time. Almirage, just to get your baby Cyber Dragons off the board and into the graveyard. So if you have to normal summon Hertz or something, you can normal summon them, and then you can link it for Almirage. It gives you a little bit of protection. It also gets Hertz in the graveyard to use its effect. Cyber Dragon Seeger, just running one Seeger because I haven't really seen a need to run two. It's also can be revived off of Natcher, so I only run one. And then last but not least, for the links, Platinum Gadget. This also helps you with your True King of all calamities play, and your Anchor Drill and calamities play right there. Now on to the fusions. I'm going to run 4 fusions. I run Cyber Twin Dragon. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase, so that's one of those cards that you can get off of Anaconda and push for an OTK. Pretty easy to get out too. It's only 2 Cyber Dragons. Mega Fleet. I only am running 1 Mega Fleet right now. I haven't really played online, or I've played online a little bit and tested it a little bit, but I haven't really played too much online, and I haven't really seen what the meta will be like when we get back in person. So I'm only running 1 for now. I might bump it to 2 depending on how many links are still used when we get back into meta play. Rampage Dragon, this is your OTK machine. I'm only running 1 because I think that if you summon it that once, then you should be winning the game. You get to bump it up and with Seeger and then attack like 3 times. So what is it, 4,200 times 3, that's 3 smacks to the face, and that's usually an OTK. So last but not least, I run 1 Fortress Dragon. It's another thing to break boards. If you get a Kaiju play on there, you get Jizukiru on the other side, and then you can Fortress Dragon or whatever. Helps break your opponent's boards. As for the side deck, I'll show you guys side deck. Yeah, why not? I'm just running 2 Twin Twisters. Now this side deck is probably going to change a lot, so bear with me here. 2 Twin Twisters, 2 Ash Blossoms, You can switch it in for like the DD Crows or the Nibiru, depending on what you're facing. Same with 2 Ghost Ogres. If you guys really want to switch those out, it all depends on what you're playing. Yeah, Vanity's Fiend. This, if you can get out if you can special summon a monster and then tribute summon it for Vanity's Fiend, and maybe you have an Infinity on board already. Infinity Vanity's Fiend is pretty tough to break for some people. 3 Evenly, that's one of the things that I don't have in the main right now. I really consider putting it back in the main, but for now I'm gonna keep it in the side, just depending on what matchups are, and depending on if I want to put it back in the main or not. Let's see. The last 3 cards I got here are my extra rev system, like I was saying. If you find yourself running short of extenders, then you can throw another rev system in for something else, like maybe Foolish or something. Gizmek, if you are finding yourself falling short of OTK somehow, or if you just want an extra machine monster to slap on board, Gizmek is a really good option for that. And then I'll probably throw it in the main eventually, but I got Cyber Dragon Veer in the side for now. Testing, I like it, but I also think that it all depends on matchups. Like if you know your opponent's ashing you a lot, then you would throw it in there, but I personally don't think you need to have it in the main. I might switch that up though, we'll see. But thanks for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed, definitely hit that like button, comment below what you guys want to see next, and thanks for watching.